Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Sunday, and Sunday normally means speed duel. Today, however, it means Genesys format. And for the Genesys format, I wanted to build something I noticed Konami got caught slipping on. Can you guys explain to me why Exodia wasn't on the list? Like, the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, or whatever the fusion was, he was on there. There was a couple of the Millennium pieces, but not Exodia the Forbidden one. So my goal was to build a deck to build and play Exodia just as fluently as possible. And we came up with, I think the total ended up being 93 points for an Exodia deck. And I'm here to share it with you guys today. So first and foremost, get your 5 pieces. Okay, get your big boy. If at any point in time you have all 5 of these in your hand, you win. That's it. That's all there is to it. Although, saying that, there is like one exception, and it could happen during this. It won't happen to you with this build, but if you were resolving a Graceful Charity and you drew up to, like, let's say 6 cards, so your hand is officially 6 once you perform the draw 3, you do have to finish discarding down, and the effect does have to resolve. Exodia's win condition is more like a board state check, and it has to happen in between effects. So as long as the chain is resolving, or as long as a card is resolving, you cannot declare the win. So again, if you had, I don't even know what the number would be, like 4 cards in your hand, one of them being graceful, you activate, you rip into the other 2 pieces of Exodia plus 1, you have to discard down. You'd end up with 4 pieces of Exodia or 3 pieces plus 2 cards. So it is just how it is. The remainder of this deck, and again, this gets kind of goofy kind of quick. I really thought about it, and I said, what happens if I build the stun technique that we used to play with Final Countdown? You'll note the Final Countdown got placed to, I believe, the 100 points portion of the list, effectively banning it from the no ban list format, crazy enough. And not Exodia. Exodia didn't get a limitation in any form. Let's change that. So we're going to play along the same lines. We're going to play in the terms of blocks and draws. So one of the blocks that we use is going to be Battle Fader. As long as our opponent would go to declare a direct attack, we can go ahead and special summon this and end their battle phase. Simple. Blocks for a turn. As a draw, we are going to use Card D. Card D, great card. Cannot be special summoned during the main phase 1. If this card was normal summoned this way, normal summon this turn, you can tribute this card, draw 2 cards, then it becomes the end phase. You cannot special summon during the turn that you activate this effect. That's fine. We are going to do something to where we can either set something in the back row, or hope that we draw into one of our hand blocks. Another great hand block, and nowhere near this list, also free to add to the deck, Swift Scarecrow. Okay, again, if your opponent goes to declare direct attack, instead of putting a body on the board, what the Swift Scarecrow is going to do is just end the battle phase. You'll discard it. So again, good card, great card. Also, if you're worried about meta moves, Swift Scarecrow is liable to get hit with Called by the Grave. It's the thing. He resolves like other hand traps. Fader does not share that weakness unless you already have a Fader in the graveyard somehow. But like, again, Battle Fader gets banished after it leaves the field, so it was a very good staple in a lot of stun decks for a long time. First card that we're going to take off the list is a draw and a block at the same time. It is currently worth, and I mean currently as of the time of this filmed. And again, I say that because we did wait before we started building any Genesys format builds, because I figured there was going to be some point adjustments, and like 2 days or like the next day in, there was. This one did not change. This is at 11 points a card. This is 33 points of our deck. This is 1 day of peace. Both players draw a card. Nobody takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. So again, it is a draw and a block at the same time. It's good. We want to activate it, resolve it, and then just kind of pass. Totally fine. Next up, we're going to talk Duality. Pot of Duality nowhere near this list for some reason. Reveal the top 3, or I suppose the new keyword would be Excavate. Excavate the top 3 of your deck. Add one of them to your hand. Shuffle the rest into the deck. You can only activate one of these a turn. You cannot special summon the turn that you do this. That's fine. I think really the only special summoning we ever did with this deck was the Battle Fader. And again, we do that during the opponent's battle phase, so not even a big deal. And it is an add to hand that's important because the next card, Pot of Extravagance. See, neither of these pots made it near our ban list, and for that, thank you, Konami. This is really cool. This also means that I would need to carry an extra deck. I don't care what's in your extra deck. Make sure that it does not cost points. Just get 15 cards that do not cost points. They could be the crappiest ones out there. Go get some old school, get Kaminari Attack. Although, like I could think of a couple reasons why that would matter in like Thunder Dragons. But like, go get some generic fusions or synchros or Xyz. Make sure that they're just to be tossed away. Make sure that you're doing this. Now, when you activate this, this has to be your first move in main phase 1. Banish 3 or 6 of your extra deck face down at random. Draw a card for every 3 that you banished, and for the remainder of this turn, you may not draw by card or card effects. However, one may perform Extravagance into Duality, as that is an add-to-hand effect. So again, you do what you need to within the parameters of that, what that says. We're also going to be rocking 2 copies of Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed, 30 points per card. This is going to constitute 60 points of our deck. And again, 60 plus the, whatever it is, the 11 is going to be 93 of our 93 points. That is everywhere that we got points for this deck. So, Pot of Greed into the 1 Day of Peace. 5 cards. I don't think I should be allowed to use them all, but here we are. And again, it's just a very simple draw 2. And again, the most straightforward bang for your buck. Additional, last spell. 3 copies Upstart Goblin. I did not see this on the list. This will probably change. It may change. It may not change. Upstart Goblin, again, your opponent's life points do not matter. Give your opponent life points. We want to pick the card a little faster. Do what you do. Moving into traps. And it's a little trap heavy, but again, I don't really see a whole lot of things that hate traps. A lot of our back row is respondable at any moment. So again, it follows my favorite rule for trap cards. Can you make it activate whenever you want? If yes, it's a good trap card. First trap card, 3 copies Reckless Greed. I didn't see this on the list. Cost nothing to add this to your deck. And again, with all the picking and drawing and piling up, I'm going to probably see about getting 2 of these in my hand at a time before I set them, so I can activate them simultaneously, because what I want to do is simply not go multiple turns where I'm not drawing. The skip 2 draw phases, if they're activated in the same turn, it doesn't stack. They're the same 2 draw phases, so just good stuff. Back to what I said earlier about the theory of the Final Countdown decks. I am going to use 3 copies of Threatening Roar. We'll only ever set these down 1 at a time, just so I don't fall victim to Feather Dusters, Heavy Storms, Giant Churnates, stuff like that. 3 Thunders of Ruler. You activate this during the opponent's standby phase. They don't get to conduct the battle phase. It's the only one with a weird timing. If you don't like it, don't play it. I'm sure Singing in Witch could be added maybe to this deck. If not, don't worry about it. You could always substitute it out for like Winged Karibos or whatever. And last but not least, just Wabaku. Simple Wabaku. It'll keep our cards alive. We won't take any battle damage for the turn. It's just good stuff. So it's a 40 card main deck. You just want to use this, and then, like I said, the extra deck is whatever you want. Just make sure it doesn't cost points. You guys want to go back and grab the Elemental Hero extra deck that we did, what was it, on Wednesday? Go ahead, just use your Elemental Heroes with your Exodia. It'd be totally funny. This is the deck. This is one of the versions of the Exodia I expect to see. I do expect somebody to try to play 3 copies of Exodia in their deck just for the giggles. And I'm sure there's going to be one method that allows you to do with Exodia Necros and getting additional pieces of it in the discard pile. There's going to be some crazy stuff moving on. It's definitely going to be a format for the casual players as well as the competitive. So this is my latest offering. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, sub. Look forward to more of these. And moving forward, we're probably going to... we're going to slow down. We're not going to, take over the Speed Duel weekends, for now at least. And we're going to move forward with this format and try to get you at least one deck a week regularly. So for now, have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time. Later.